everyone, Rachel here with Rachel's Unique Crafts, and today, you're not seeing my face, we're going to do my nails. I've got you as close as I can. You're basically right in front of me, so I'm scatterbrained because I've had fits with recording. I've tried this 4 times, so I'm frazzle-brained now. I'm going to use a kit, and it's a kit that I love because they seem to hold better than other kits. I have tried a few others, but this Dip has been the best that I have found. So in the kit you get the base. I use the French, so this is what comes in the French one. This is the base and the finish. So it's a powder, it looks white but it's clear. Here's pink, and then the top coat is French white on the tips. You're going to get 5 bottles. 1 is the bond, 2 is the base, 3 is the activator, 4 is the sealer. Number 5 is just some stuff to help soften your brushes. Okay, we're going to try to get through this. Now, I will put the link to this kit in the description of the video. I'll try to find a link to one of these because this does not come with the kit. But it's real handy to have. Makes it a whole lot easier if you're going to do your white tips or any other color of tips. These are wonderful to have. It's just a little bowl, and it's got like a little slide. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to put my white in there because that's what's going to be on the tip of my finger, on my nails. Okay, so what you get in the kit is your 3 powders and your 5 little bottles. So you always want to take and have some emery boards, some files and stuff on hand. I keep pliers because I tighten my lids really tight to keep them fresh. So I then have to have them to even get them open. So you do want to rough them up. Before you start putting your bond and stuff on there, it will help them to stick better. This is kind of lengthy. Now I have been asked for step-by-step instructions. If you do not want step-by-step instructions, please just fast forward or move the little bar over past, so you don't have to watch everything if you don't want to. But I have been asked for step-by-step instructions. And like I said, I'm about frazzled today with all these computer issues. I don't know what it is. My Mevo camera would not work. Could not get it to find my platform that I was recording on. Yesterday it wouldn't find my StreamYard, or not my StreamYard, my Restream when I was going live. So it's just been a couple of days of technical issues, and I'm not real patient with that because sometimes the issues are stuff that I don't know how to fix. So anyway, you just want to rough it up, make sure you get it all on the edges and everything. I will tell y'all an issue that I have, and I have it if I go to the nail salon. I have this issue. If I do them myself, I have an issue every once in a while. So when you've got nails, whether you go to the salon or whether you do them yourself, And I'm just filing some of this cuticles down also. If your nails start to lift, sometimes mine will lift in a week, sometimes they don't lift at all. And I think sometimes it's because I get in a hurry and don't put enough stuff on there. But whatever the case is, and the last 2 times I went to a salon, this happened to me. So it's not just me, it can happen anywhere. But when your nails start to lift, when they start to lift and then you get your nails wet and moisture gets up under your nails, between the nail bed and your acrylic nails, if you don't go ahead and take them off, they will start to get a fungus. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. It's a little touch of green right here. So that had been there 2 or 3 days ago, and I did not have time to take my nails off, and so I just got a little bit of super glue and I bunched it back down. I didn't get it all sealed off, so moisture got up in there, and that's when it started. If I had just taken it off right then, it would have been fine. But so anyway, I took my nails off just a little bit ago, and I should have already done it, but I didn't. So that's my fault. Okay, so now we're going to, and I've already unscrewed this one with my pliers. This is our bond. This will be the step 1. It's just, it honestly is almost like water. And y'all, when I was taking my nails off, I didn't know if I was going to be able to get them redone today, so I had put on some pink glitter fingernail polish. So I still got a few spots of glitter left on there. So I just try to make sure that I get it all covered, even back all the way to the cuticle. That one I need to push the cuticle back a little bit. And this is not, like I said, this part of it is kind of like water. So but the just if your nails start to lift, go ahead and take them off. And that's whether you go to a salon or if you do them yourself. So which one did I say? It was this one. I needed to back that cuticle on up. I stay in such a hurry. So I have so much to do and I just did not get it done. So I'm gonna go over mine twice. And it's like that one. It's got a little, it started to tear. This one's got a little slit in it. I don't know, y'all may not can tell it, but it'll fit. I can fill that in with the acrylic because what it is, the gel that you put on turns, once you put it in your nail, you put the gel on your nail and then you put it into the powder, and that powder and that gel turns it to acrylic. So some of my nails are growing out, and some of them are still struggling. This one's on the struggle bus, really. And this one I had messed up taking the nail off of it. And you can get, I'll show y'all what I use. You can get it from the paint store. You can get it from Walmart. To soak your nails off, get you some acetone to soak your nails in. I just have a little bowl here that I pour some in. Of course, I would never use it for food again, but I pour it in there and I can just let them soak off. So let's don't make a mistake like I did last time. I put on the first layer, I put it straight into the white. I was like, really? Okay, so we've got our bond done. Now I tighten mine really tight. To store them. That being said, I'm going to need these back open to get out the base. This is the base. It's number 2. I like this. This is like a little skewer stick almost, but on the end, it's kind of slanted. And I like to push my cuticles back with that. I'm taking some new vitamins, and I think that's helping my nails to grow a little bit. Except for this one that I keep tearing up. If they'd just thicken up now, I wouldn't wear the nails. But until that miracle happens, we're just gonna do nails. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep this where y'all can see, because I know I've done one of these videos before, and I couldn't get y'all. I didn't have a stand that would come over, so some people don't understand that it's hard. You can't just prop a phone up and it be tilted down and all that. And I couldn't get my Mevo to work. It's been one of those days. Okay, so on this, you don't want to get this base on your cuticle. Okay? You want to get it right up to it, but not on it. And you don't want it real thick. So I'm just getting right up next to it. Now you do want to make sure that you get the sides, because by the time you put all the layers on there, you're going to have some really thick nails if you leave this on there thick. So you just want a thin little layer. But you don't want to brush it all off. So see, you can still see the shininess. Okay, then we're gonna stick it in our base, and we're gonna hold it about 7 or 8 seconds. I think I let that dry a little bit too much before I put it in there. Okay. I do have base, yes. Okay. All right, I'm going to do that step over because I'm busy waiting and showing and didn't. Some of these little brushes I've changed out. I don't think I've changed this one out. If you do these, you'll know what I'm talking about. this is going to be acting like my internet today, or my cameras and all, and not want to work right. But it'll be okay. So you can see where it's got that little chunk. Just going to knock that off. But I guess it's good for me to have issues while I'm recording this so y'all can see what might happen. And if it does, what we can do. Hopefully the rest of them won't be this contrary. Okay. Let's quit worrying about that one and go on. I think I need to change a brush. This one is not cooperating. It could be why I had the issues, because it looks like it's kind of spotty. It's a little thick there on the side. That one looks better. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to swap out this. This one's kind of stiff. Well, look at there. Okay, well, I'm going to put that in there. I may need to... You can get these little brushes on Amazon, and I may need to order me some, because a kit will last me almost a year, and that's doing them about every 2 weeks. So it lasts a really long time. So to buy a few brushes, bottle top brushes, they're not but a few dollars. And I'll put that link in here also. That way if y'all get some, you just need some after you get your kit. Okay, so this is the one that's all jacked up. Y'all, this poor nail, if it don't start growing out, it's got a hole in it, and I just filed down the very tip. It had a little bit of nail left on it, and it was already busting up, so I filed it down and left it. That's it. Why? Maybe I'm leaving too much on there. I don't know. I've never had it to bubble up like that. So it looks like some of that white is going to be right there where I left that nail. I'm going to kind of rub that off. Just put a little extra. And I just see that I set this can over here right in the front of my light. So it's probably making a shadow. Get over here next to it. Okay, I think that one's gonna be okay. And you can kind of look at it and see if it's slick or not. Okay, moving along. Fuzz hanging on that one. Okay, we don't need nails with fuzzies hanging out. It's very easy to get these things so thick. I think when I get done here, I'm gonna order me some new brushes. In my old kit that I had before, I didn't never have any issues with my brushes. Maybe they've changed and gotten a new supplier or something. Oh no, I've never had that. Okay. And y'all can still see me. And y'all listen, even now sometimes after I do mine, I'm thinking, oh my goodness. What did I do? But if you wanted to get you a couple of them, you could, to do all of it. But I usually just do my white tips in that. Okay, we're almost done with this step, so there's really, you know, you put your base on, then you're going to put your other coat, whether you want, if you want it colored, or if you want the white and pink. Whatever color. And then we'll put this top coat on. So now we're going to set that one aside. I really would like to have a better brush. These brushes just, okay. Because you're going to use this on all of them. Let's put that one in there. I'm not going to hurt that. That one feels soft. Maybe it'll last. Okay. So then you can take your little brush, and I used to have one, don't know what happened to it. A little stiff brush. Here, I'll show you. You can even use a little rounded paintbrush or whatever. You know, brush them off. Or you can just use another little rag. Watch me dump it. And just kind of brush that off a little bit. Not hard. Okay, so we've got the first coat on, the base coat. All right, so we're going to use this same base. It's, you know, the number 2. We're going to use that same base gel. Okay. The good thing about doing the French is if you do start to get a little fungus, the little green spot, you can see through there. And I knew it, like I said, for 2 or 3 days, which if they start lifting, you know to go ahead and take them off and redo them. And I think Monday might be 2 weeks since I'd done them. So, or that's tomorrow. So for me, I'm recording this on a Sunday. I gotta get down in there. So all right, so I'm gonna dip the white first. This may be hard for y'all to see, but let's see. I'm gonna try to get it over here where you can at least see how I'm doing it. Let's see. There we go. So I'm gonna slide it in there, just like this. You want to wait a few seconds. Now, always pounce it. I'm gonna do a little bit more because so I can get that rounded edge. That's what I'm going for. And then I'm gonna poke the rest of it into my pink. So each time you'll see me bump it, and that way it gets all of it fresh and back up to the top. And that way it's even. Now, it looks like that right now, but it won't stay that way. So that's a whole lot. Okay, kind of brushed a little bit of that off. So let's see. Maybe I can stand up and get it over here as I do it. It's kind of hard. Let's see. See, I turn and then I get my finger in there crooked. Okay. But y'all get the gist. You slide your finger down in here. Then just kind of bump it off a little bit. Not hard, just a little. And then put it in your pink. If my other camera would have cooperated today, it would have been a little easier. But we do the best we can with what we got. So you just want it to look, you know, if you were putting on like fingernail polish or something, you want it to look smooth. Kind of hold it in there. Just a few seconds. Bump it. Now we will do 2 coats of this. And I have used a couple of other brands. I'll tell you what I did, I gave them away. I didn't like them. They didn't. One brand I bought, and I don't remember the name of it, but the nails didn't stay on but about 3 or 4 days, and then they started getting loose. So I was like, So I don't know if it was their bond or their, what it was, but it didn't last very long. So, but I've done these for probably 3 years. I did back in this last summer. I thought, well, or the fall, I'm gonna go and let somebody else do my nails. And it's more of a headache because you go wait in line, then they hurt, you know. It's a whole ordeal. So I was like, after 2 or 3 times of doing that, and I'd got, that's a V on there. I'm trying to get that V off. I'd gotten 2 funguses from theirs. So I was like, you know, I can do this at home much better. So, just buy another kit. Like I said, I'll get anywhere from 10, 11 months off of a kit. And I think a kit's around 60 maybe. So we're gonna do our first coat on this side. And just make sure you get the edges of your nail. And you just don't want them real thick. I guess it's looking funny because I got a little bit of glitter still left on there. Put them in there. Just let it sit a few seconds. And I still have a little bit of stuff left from my last kit. The main reason it had been so long till I wanted some new bond and new base here. And if you run out of one thing, you can reorder, just like I've reordered a couple of times of just a bottle of base, because you use that the most. You use the base to put on your base powder, then you use it to put on your color or your next coat. And then you're going to go back and use it again on your finish. See, this is called your base coat and your finish coat in that. So you're using this for all three, the base gel for all three layers. So you use it up faster than the rest. So I have ordered, I think, twice. I've ordered just the number 2 base gel. I got that one too far up in there, but on the white. But it'll be okay. We can redo it in 2 weeks or thereabout, give or take a few days. It ain't too bad. So the little green spot will grow out, and as long as I change it the next time, as soon as they start lifting, I won't have any issues with that. Because I have a little bit right there on that tip from where I have one before on that finger. And it's because when they start lifting, just go ahead and take them off. And but it's just a little bitty tiny spot, because I took it off as soon as I saw it. But I've been so busy, I didn't have time to do it. I should have just went ahead and lifted those 2 nails off, but I didn't. Even if I wasn't going to put them back on, that day. But it's all good. I will watch it. My thing is, I have a problem with sitting down and being still, taking time to stop and do this. When I think of, this hour that I could do this, I could have had a wreath made, or I could have, had something else done, or okay. So that's what they look like. First coat. First coat of the white and the pink. Okay. So you don't want to rub real hard on this, but I do want to get that off because I don't want the pink where the white is. So I'll go ahead and get that off of my finger right there. It'll be easier. You just want to be careful doing that before you get the final coat on it. Because I'm a messy baby. I get it all over everything, all over my fingers. Okay. Here we go again on this hand, and this is what they look like. After the first set of white and pink. And it's looking a little chunky monkey right now, but okay, I'm gonna hold that in there a few seconds. Looks like the sun's trying to come out there. It's been gloomy and foggy and ugly looking all day. That one's going to end up being thick, but I put an extra layer on it. Oh, I just saw a little fuzz in this stuff. Oh, goodness. So don't get in a hurry. You know, and just dip it in there and dip it out. Because it does need to, especially if you're doing this, the French. Make sure you get your sides and everything. There is that little, I don't know if I got it or not. Don't let them set a few seconds, then you're not going to have a good coat on there. And it's just like, you know, when you've been to the nail salon and they get some powder on their brush and then they stick it in, or stick it in their liquid and then stick it in their powders when they do it. fixing to put it in the pink first. We're almost through this hand with the white and pink anyway. See how the little powder drips off. Gonna do the, well, I won't say last coat because we got to do the hop coat. So you don't want to brush hard, but just, you don't want all that other left on there. Just lightly. And I have, see, it gets on there. When you get done and they're dry, then you can just kind of mash them and file. Go wash your hands in some soapy water and it'll start breaking down off of your skin. I'm sitting on a stool and so my legs are going to sleep. So do a little bit more of that. And if it kind of looks bumpy, some of them look smooth, some of them I did real good, some of them I got a little bumpy. That's going to come after the top coat of what we're going to do to fix that. Can I just try to go back in and stop where I stopped the first time? Some of my nail beds are flat and some of them are so rounded, like my pointer finger. It has got a flat nail bed. And then this finger right here, the ring finger, it's just as round as can be. That one's round, this one's really round. And I find that the more round they are, the harder they are to get down on the sides and all, to get all that coverage on the side. I usually try to count like to 7 or 8 when I dip it in there. The last one for our coat of white and pink. Last little finger. Okay, so that's all for the white. And I just dump it back in here. We're finished with that. We're finished with our little nail thingy. Whatever it is, little slide tray. Okay. So we're still using our base gel, our number 2. We got our last coat. This is this base and finish. So we got to finish it on top. So I'm gonna lightly get this off, and like I said, I'm not mashing down. I'm just letting the rag brush over it, basically just kind of dusting it off and getting it out of the cuticle areas. See, because when I leave it on, this one's got all the powdery on it. This one I just brushed off. So let's get going. Let me get this right here. That way I can kind of get that on the side. And this smells just like the stuff at the salon. So don't think it's gonna smell pretty, because it smells just like the nail salon when you go have your nails done. Okay, now we're just gonna dip it into here. So it looks like that right now, but see, that one turned out pretty. That first one though, we had fits with when we first started. I think some of it had to do with my brush. This brush's better. I see I've gotten them back, some of them back next to my cuticle. And we'll need to file that away from the cuticle, or it just, when your nail starts growing out, it will pick on everything. Or it does my hair, is what it does. Because once it starts growing out a little bit, there's like a hair of a gap between your nail and your cuticle, and then it's like a magnet. You go to fix your hair or something, it gets all up in there. I'm gonna be knock that off regardless. Put that right there. Okay. Let's wipe our other hand off here. Put that back over there so I don't knock it and knock it over again. I love how they look when they're freshly done, just finished, and look so pretty. And then after about 2 weeks, you think, good gracious, why can't they just stay pretty like they are when, you know, you first get done? Three more fingers. Then we gotta start doing something different. So when you get to this point and you put that base coat, and it's got the 2 coats of white and the 2 coats of pink, and then you put that on. They look so pretty. Then you gotta dip it back in here again. Then it makes them all cloudy, and but they will look pretty. Just trust in the process. Okay. Let's do tighten this. Okay. I'm just barely brushing them off. Got one hand brushed off anyway. I'm going to let this other one set. We're moving on to the activator. This is step 3. It's a little bumpy right there. Okay. Let's see, I've got it all on my fingers. So you want to make sure that you get all of this really covered good. Get the cameras in front of me and I need to keep it where y'all can see. Okay, I'm gonna dust this one off. After this step, we're going to get our file over there. And if you're really neat, you may not have much filing to do. I have in all the times that I've done this, there have been a few times that I didn't have very much filing to do. And there's times that, well, I had a lot of filing to do. Okay. Step 3 is done. Okay. Everything's done except we got to file, get them shaped, let's see, I got to get it away from, it's stuck to my nail, I'm at my finger, the skin. That was messy. I'm trying not to mutilate my hand while I'm doing that. So, a good thing is to get your file and go back here where your cuticle is. If you did like me and you got it up too close to that cuticle, go ahead and file around. Kind of make it, you know, angle it down. And I need some new files. You can get them at Walmart or any little dollar store or anywhere. Some are better than others. So this is where you're gonna kind of file and shape them. And I think this was the worst one of mine. I got a big hump right there. You can feel of them. So they feel good to you. And then go around your cuticles really good. Now you can do filing, you know, after you get done, but it kind of takes away, if you do on top, it's going to take away the shine. So that's why I like to do all my filing, shaping them and all. And I'll show y'all another thing you can get. If you want to, it's just up to you. Let's see. I saw another little piece in here a while ago, I thought. I know I did. And it's somewhere. But anyway, it was a little kit. It wasn't but about $20. And it's battery operated. You can use this if you want to. It's not as rough as the ones at the nail place because it's just battery operated. And it's got another, like a little, it was in the bottom of this box a while ago. There it is. Well, there's the one. So it's got different, you just pop them out. It's even got like a little buffer. But you know, if you wanted to use this, to me it takes a little longer, but that's so loud when I put it on the table. So you can use these. Like that one, I kind of got a square edge there. So you can just kind of grind them down. And it doesn't hurt, because you see I'm getting on my finger. And it doesn't hurt. So, I don't know if this one would do any better or not. Let's see. Because you see, you don't even see dust or anything hardly moving, so it's not real powerful. But that's an option. To me, it seems just a little faster to do it this way. I don't know. And you just shape them. And if you want square nails, oval nails, pointed nails. Which we can come back and shape them after I get done, but except for the top part and around your cuticles, you want to go ahead and get those done. And just fill on top of them. Got carried away and just got them all over my finger. But it'll come off of your finger pretty easy, and that's one reason you don't want it right up on your cuticle, because it makes it easier to lift. Things we go through to get pretty nails. And years ago, even when I was young, I did not have thick nails. They wouldn't grow. So I've never had really good nail base. And then me doing nails all the years, getting them on, didn't help either. But by filing them, it does make them smoother. This is the one that had a little hole in it, and I left some of the old nail on there. I just have filed it down where it was kind of smooth. I think this is probably the worst part for me, is filing them. But that's probably the part that's going to make them, you know, look better or look worse. Now I gotta have some cool air on. Trying to figure out which side is the roughest. Probably probably thinking, this girl's crazy. But if you consider, you know, for about 10 months of nails for $60, that's what, $6 a month, versus if you go one place here in town I went to, she put my nails on, the acrylic nails, nail tips and everything, and that day it was $50. Well, I went back in 2 weeks just to get a refill, not a new set. The $50 was for the new set. So 2 weeks later I went back to get a refill, which, you know, all they do is sand down a little bit and add that filler back there at the back, and it was $60. And my friend Diane was with me, and I looked at her and I said, I won't be back, because usually a fill-in is like $20, $25 at the most, depending on where you go, just for white tips. So all I was doing was getting a fill-in. And so then I was like, and I haven't been back there. And I think they make up their prices when they see you. Whatever they, I guess if they haven't made their quota for that day or what, I don't know. But I was like, no thank you. Because I had gotten a refill there before and it was like $20, you know. I'm out. So this is the step where you kind of make them look good or look bad. Get them all smoothed out. And like I said, you can sand them after you get them all done, but it just, you'll have to put some nail polish on, or some, you know, whether it's clear or to make them shine again, or you put color polish on them or whatever. So this one, these feel kind of rough. The ones that have not been filed yet, these kind of feel smooth. And go ahead and rub your finger, you know, like from your hand toward your nails. And you can kind of tell then what's needed. Once again, I'm filing back here at my cuticle. Just kind of filing it down so that when they start growing out, there's not a gap back there. Okay, got the first one done. On this hand, we'll go our pointer finger. I probably need to trim a little bit. They're much easier to trim once I get the nails on than when they're off, because they're like a piece of paper. They're just so flimsy. Cuticles down so much. At times I'll get through and they'll be bleeding. I'll be like, what did I do? I was rough on myself, so be careful. One of those nails that's got a very rounded nail bed. This one's almost flat. This one is almost like a U. It's okay. I think that step is done. Okay, I'm just getting all the dust and the filings off of there. And on this one, right here, it's a little lighter on the, just a little bit right there, and that's because I didn't dip it in. I dipped it too far on the second coat than I did on the first coat, or vice versa. So on one time I went up further than I did on the next time, dipping it into the white. It's not real noticeable, but I can tell it. You just want to make sure to get all the dust and everything out of there. So after this dries and I go wash my hands, it'll come on off. There is the nails. Little fan going. So you're gonna need to wait 10-15 minutes, make sure they're totally dry so that they don't get messed up. But putting this coat on there just brings them to life. See, there's the difference. Let's see. I'm going backwards. I don't know if you can see the glossiness or the matte. And this video won't be for everybody. It's just if you want to learn to do your own nails, save a lot of money, and you can do it with a color. The only thing difference would be you'd be doing instead of dipping it in the white and dipping it in the pink, you'd be dipping it in your color. Or if you wanted to do 2 different colors, you could do 2 different colors. You could get, and you could even put like glitter. You could put glitter in them. We might do that one time. Some of my old powder that I have left over, we could add glitter to it and do that. I'm closing that as tight as I can. I'm not going to pick up my pliers right now because I don't want to mess up the nails, because if you bump them now, they're it's not going to be a smooth finish. Almost touched that one. So give them about 10-15 minutes to get really dry, and then I'll go wash them with soap and water. But that's how I do my nails every couple of weeks. And I wasn't really wanting to do them today. I didn't have time today, but this one had lifted and this one had lifted. And see, you can't hardly see it now. I'm going backwards, so I just touched that one. So it's it's opposite for me. So just watch, and when they start lifting, go ahead and take them off, soak them off, or pop them off, or whatever how you do it, and that way you don't get a fungus. But that, as long as it stays dry, it'll be okay. Because like I've got a little tiny piece of green right here on the outside. It's almost grown out, but it's tiny, and it's, you can barely tell it, but it's because, once again, I didn't change them when they started lifting. And I know better, but I always think, I don't have time. I'll just put some super glue on it and go on. But no, don't do that. Don't do what I do. So thank y'all for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed the video and you can do your own nails and save a lot of money. So I will see y'all next time. Thank you. Remember that I love you all. Get to crafting, make something beautiful, and share it with us. Now I'm gonna try to tighten this, yeah, without messing up my nails. So they're getting a little dry now. So it doesn't take them long, but you know, 10-15 minutes and they'll be dry. So thank y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video or on a live. Bye bye, y'all.